Ruben, you said to us before that you didn't have a problem getting up for really, really big games against big opponents, but doing it game after game after game is an issue. Does that mean you're concerned about playing Southampton tomorrow because they're obviously not having the greatest season?
Yeah, I'm always concerned because we didn't have during these games the consistency in performance, in results. So I'm always worried. It's my job to be worried. But we have to face the Southampton in the same way that we face Liverpool and Arsenal, for example. So that is the goal. Not more, not less. Face that game, but understanding that they are different games and people expect us to win, and that changes things. When you have the pressure to win, that is the pressure that we want, and sometimes it's harder to cope with that pressure, because against Arsenal and Liverpool no one was expecting us to beat that teams, but now it's different. So we have to be prepared for that pressure. We need that pressure to improve as a team, and we need to face the game in the right way.
Before Gareth Southgate became England manager, people used to talk about the weight of the England shirt, and that was why the team never did as well as the ability of the players. Does that have an impact at a club like Manchester United that has been used to winning so much, that the demands are so high, yet the reality is different?
I think we. Of course, this is, you feel the pressure of the club, but in this moment, I think I don't feel that pressure, because in the last years we didn't won the league, and you can understand, if you follow this club in the past, if you don't win one year the league, you must win in the next year. I don't feel that pressure. We have to bring that pressure to us, because outside the fans are amazing. I don't read what you wrote, guys, so I don't feel that pressure. I just want to win, and to feel that pressure in the future. We need to win. We need to win titles, and we need to win games. In this moment, we just have to win games.
Ruben, how much have you learned about the character of your players, especially over these last two games? Looking ahead to this Southampton, what can you draw from these last two experiences?
I think this next game will teach me more from my players than the last two. So I'm really focused on to see what kind of game we are going to play tomorrow. So I will learn more tomorrow.
Just on that, can you say why? Why would you learn more then?
Like I said, because there is no expectation for us in the last two games. No one believed that we can do a great performance or winning a game. But now they are expecting us to win and to play well. So I will learn more this game.
Just briefly on Marcus Rashford, I asked last time with this one as well, but how much would you like to see a resolution with this situation, as far as where it's at and what's going on at the moment?
I just want to win tomorrow. My focus is to win tomorrow. I will choose the players that I think they are the best to win the game tomorrow. So I'm just focused on that.
Yeah. Ruben, talking about the sort of pressure of tomorrow, two big results against teams where you maybe had to soak up pressure. How different does the performance need to be in a game where you're expected to take the initiative?
Yeah, it's different, because I think the most difficult thing to train in one team is the way you build with the ball, and we in the final third, the way we play, you create situation. That is what a big team should do very well. But for that we need also time to train, and I think we have for a long time a lack of goals. And because we don't spend a lot of time during games in the last third with the ball, we did it against Nottingham, also Bournemouth. We have situations, but we need to improve in that part of the game. And I understand that in this moment is okay to play like that against. We divide the game against Liverpool, but Arsenal we wait for the game. We wait for the opportunity. and in the future you cannot play like that, and I know that, but we need time to build a different way of playing. Now we are focused on different things, and then in the future we are going to focus a lot on that. But this game, the fans will expect more from us, and we have to deliver or try. But the most important thing is to fight in the game and to play the game, and in the end win the game.
Last question in this section, Devin.
Do you think with the last two performances that you've turned a significant corner in terms of the development of the team and where you're heading?
We'll see tomorrow. I think tomorrow will tell us more from our team than the last two games. So let's wait until tomorrow.
Given the performances of Bayindir and goal and Collier coming on as a sub, has he given you a selection headache for Southampton?
All a lot of players had to think this week. Toby is training really well. He has a lot of pace. He likes to learn, so it's one more option for tomorrow.
Okay, second section embargoed until 10:30 p.m. tonight. Mike.
Hi Ruben. With Alejandro Garnacho, he's not started in many Premier League games recently. Started against Arsenal. What more do you want to see from him? Maybe around training, around himself, to force his way into your team. Is he a player that you see having a good future at United?
Yeah, that is clear. He has talent. He needs to learn to play in a little bit in a different position. He needs to play better inside. He improves a lot the recovering position when he doesn't have the ball. But doing that, sometimes he's not in the right place to make transition like he was in the past, because I prefer to defend and then build up with all the team to reach the final third. So he's finding the best way to play in this system. Is improving. Is improving during training. So he started the last game. Let's see tomorrow.
Simon.
Hi Ruben. Harry Maguire's impressed since you came in. What have you made of his impact of coaching him? He said at the weekend it was a no-brainer on your part extending his contract, but it seems like his confidence has grown playing under you.
I think he changed the way he sees himself. More than because I believe a lot in Harry. I think I said this when we signed the new contract. You can say the new contract, that he needs to improve on the pitch and outside the pitch. And you can see the way he plays now is different because he believes a lot in himself. So I think we have to praise more Harry than me. So he is doing a great job. He was sick in the last game. He was dead in the end, and that's what I want from every player. So he has to continue to do a good job.
Do you think he's better suited to playing in a back three than with just one centre back next to him?
I think he can do both. I think is really good for him, not just without the ball, but with the ball. He's always in the center. He's not on the left side, on the right side. So I think he is really good with the ball in that position. In the future, he will have more space to cover because we will not play with 4 in the back. We will play with the 3 in the back. But in this moment, with a lot of crosses, and you can see it when we are defending more low, Arsenal did a lot of crosses with Harry. We control that area, so it's really important. Set pieces is really important for us, and you can see in this league, it's really important to be good in set pieces. So I think the system is really good for Harry, but like I said, the most important thing is Harry. He feels more as an important player in the team, and as a leader. I feel that he's a leader again, so it's really important for us.
Chris.
Hi, Ruben. You were angry at Liverpool because the players showed what they can do when they have to, and again they were very good on Sunday at Arsenal. You'll learn more about them tomorrow, that you say. How, as a coach, can you get them to go back to those levels against Southampton, or is it not your problem? Is it on them?
No, it's also my problem. I'm trying to help them to understand that, but we have to do it as a team. But I think it's clear. Everybody can see that in some games we are a different team, and we have to be really consistent on that. I'm trying to do the same things, to explain the strengths and the weakness of every team, and then tomorrow we have to perform, and we have to understand that the expectations are bigger, and we have to have more ball, and we have to control more the game, and that sometimes is harder to play against these teams because I think, again, we have a lack of goal. We don't spend a lot of times doing this. This team in the past scored a lot of goals from transition, not from building up in the half of the opponent pitch. So we'll see tomorrow. We have a lot to improve, but the way we face the game has to be the same.
Do you think after the last 2 games there are now no excuses to go back to that other level again?
For me, there is never excuses. So you have to accept when we had a bad performance, when the opponent is better. But in the small details, I think we need to I think it's really clear for everybody that if we are the same team that we were against Liverpool and Arsenal, we will be a better team against any opponent.
Laurie.
A small detail perhaps, but I think in the Arsenal game, Bruno Fernandes came across to you and had a conversation, and you shuffled things around. Martinez went a bit further up. Was that an injury thing or a tactical thing? And how much do you speak to your players when you're sort of gathering this kind of information and making your decision?
Yeah, I think it's a team effort, and Martinez could not run anymore. In the back line, Bruno Fernandes says that he was really tired, and then in the back line, if you have one ball, you are dead. So it's better to change, let Martinez there. So first point was Bruno. Then the second point, we change. Ahmad was doing the defending and Toby in front, and then Adelio, my assistant, says let's change it. So I change it. So it's like a team effort. It's not me. It's everybody was paying attention to the game, and we try to maintain the results, try to go to penalties. So it was a team performance in all aspects.
So on the full-back situation, obviously Diogo's suspended for the game. How is Martinez? How's Harry, injuries-wise? So what are you thinking there?
Harry, we will see. We cannot lose him, so we will see. Martinez, I think, is okay. Diogo cannot play. His fault. And we'll see the wingers for tomorrow.
Hi Ruben, have you got time frames for when we might see Luke Shaw and Mason Mount back?
Luke Shaw is near than Mason Mount. Mason Mount will take a little bit longer. Luke, we will see in the next week or 2. We'll see if he's returning.
There's no danger that Mason might not play again this season, though. It's not that serious.
No, he's not. No.
Jamie.
Hi, Ruben. Just following on from what Chris said and kind of what you've been mentioning, against Arsenal, there seemed to be a bit of a, I don't know if you call it nastiness, but maybe an edge from your players. Like, I don't think it's exaggerated to say in the past United have been a bit too passive. Is that something which you would agree with? Do you want to see your players more, I don't know what you call it, professional or just edgy, sort of?
I think we want to be a team that is hard to play. It's like I had this feeling, especially at home in the last games, that we were easy to play, and we have to be honest with that. So, if we face the competition the right way, we will be tough to beat for any opponent. So that's what I wanted. That's what I felt in the last 2 games.
You talk about Maguire, and in that game, he seemed a lot more. Angry, cheesed off, like you didn't want to get beaten, and that's kind of what I'm talking about as a collective for your team, just to be more sort of,
It's a proud thing, yeah. I think that we need to think about that, and we have to feel it, and I think we start doing that. So that's why the game tomorrow is so important for us. It's not just the results, the performance, it's something more profound than that. So we have to continue to do our job.
Last question.
Hi, Ruben. Just coming on to what your answer to Ian earlier about playing teams that where you have more possession. Do you think you have got the tools to actually dominate games, and rather than when you're sort of sitting back and hitting on?
I think we as a team are not used to spend a lot of time in the last third of the opponent. We had some games here that we lost, and we had that control, but the threat was not there. And we have to have time to train that, and the players have to spend a lot of time during training, during the game, to be good at this moment. So, and if you see and I saw a lot of games before. We scored a lot of goals, like Garnacho doing transitions, Rashford. But then you see the difference of our goals is like always negative, and it's still negative. And I think that is a biggest problem in our team: the lack of goals, and the lack of ability to play in the last third of the opponent, to control the games, and to control more the games. So we know that we need time to train. We try to pass the information, but it's harder for us to score in that way than in transitions.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.